Alright, well, made it to the site. It's actually a site I've been to plenty of times. It is really windy today, so forgive the wind noise. If I have to try to clean it up later on the video, I will, but it's really windy. So it's a nice site. There's actually like a pond there. I'm sure since we're in alligator mating season, I'm sure it's going to be pretty loud later coming to dusk. But right now it's pretty quiet other than the wind. I don't hear anything. I passed one guy or girl, I don't really know. They were hammock camping like I am. I didn't see anybody. I just saw their setup as I walked by. I didn't really want to, disturb anybody, so I just kept walking by. And now I'm going to have a couple drinks of water because I'm all thirsty. Throw on the gloves and my Rona saw and go look for firewood. Now, I'm in Ocala National Forest. You can't cut down anything. You can pick up wood if it's already down. Well, yes and no. I mean, rangers are kind of happy if you pick up wood that's on the trail and in the way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll just walk the trail a little bit, search for some decent, solid wood, stuff that's not too light, stuff that'll burn well, and come back and cut it up. There's some bigger pieces over by the little camp, by the fire ring. The rangers will, when they cut down pieces, bigger pieces will bring it over, which is nice of them. So between what I picked up and some of the stuff that's already there, should be good. I don't think I'm going to have a very big fire simply because it is so windy. But we'll see. We'll see if it calms down. It does. A lot of times it does. Brought back a bunch of wood that I found. Some of it I've cut up in a little smaller pieces. Some of it, like this, obviously left by rangers. Because I can't imagine that someone's going to cut that and bring it with them. I got some palm leaves to start it. Someone was nice enough to leave this can in the fire pit here. I don't know why people just can't clean up their own garbage, but so I'll just cut this up, cut up some of these pieces. And that's it, really. I actually don't even know at this point, to be honest with you, if I'll have a fire. It is so windy that, I don't want to be, I don't want a bunch of embers flying around, but I'll be ready in case it does die down. Some nice tinder, kindling. I got plenty of wood now. Like I said, it's just found, picked up. And that's about it. So I'm going to start unpacking stuff, get the campsite ready, and hopefully this wind dies down a little bit. Cheers. Okay, folks, I'll just show you what I got going on as far as the hammock. I have an underquilt on there. I just made it. It's actually from a sleeping bag, so it will work as a sleeping bag or an underquilt. It's supposed to be 50 degrees tonight, which I've just found. If you're outside in the woods and it says it's going to be 50, it's really going to be like 40. I have a 40 degree bag, which I think is probably good for about 50 and above. You know, so usually for the weather, I always take off 10 degrees or whatever the weatherman says. For the sleeping bag, I add 10 degrees. If the bag says it's good for 50, really it's probably good for 60. So, it's supposed to be 50 tonight. I got a 40-degree bag. So I'm going to go with an underquilt. I'd rather open up the sleeping bag if I'm hot than be freezing. So I got the underquilt. I got an Everest hammock. And inside, I've got a ledge or lodge. I'm not sure. Oversized sleeping bag because I don't like to be, you know, I don't like mummy sleeping bags. I like a little room. So I got an oversized bag in there. I got an inflatable pillow. And that'll pretty much be it. Obviously, I got to put up a tarp, which I'll do next. Simply because, you know, if you're not covered, you wake up and you've got dew all over you. So I've got my favorite chair. I've got my table, which is kind of a luxury, but this is just an overnight deal. I mean, I'm not really going to cook anything on the grill. Just something simple. So I brought the table. The table's nice anyway for 2 pounds. It's totally worth it. And that's it. So I'll turn it off for a minute. I will set up the tarp and give you a look at that when I'm done. Cheers. Hey guys, so the wind's died down pretty much. It's not totally done yet, but it's died down a little bit. So I'm still not sure if I'm going to go with the fire, but I'm going to do some instant noodles. These are pretty good, one of my favorites. Like I said, it's just a quick overnight. I'm not really going to cook on the grill or anything. So I just got my, I don't know if you can see, just a little alcohol stove going with, you know, those cups that we have that'll fit the water in there, or fit the noodles in there, and just you know, aluminum foil wrapped around some cardboard for an air screen, and that's it. So I'm just gonna boil this up. Looks like I'll probably about 45 minutes to sunset, so I'll get this going, and hopefully the wind will stay low, and it's gonna be a good night, man. It's gonna be a nice quiet night outside. I love these noodles, actually. I could eat this all day. Anyway, enough of the dietary restrictions. So, all right, cheers. All right, guys. Well, I'm coming to the evening. Probably got another 20 minutes before that sun ducks behind the trees over there. Then I'll pull the other side of the tarp over and tie it off. I already have the lines set up. And the wind has died down a lot, which is good, thank God, because it was really breezy before. It is dead peaceful out here. I mean, besides crickets, the occasional bird, it's nothing. I saw a campsite earlier, a hammock camper. I didn't actually see the person, the guy or girl. I just saw the setup as I walked by. I came across some tire tracks from a off-road bike. I don't think it was a motorcycle. I haven't heard anything, so you know, I don't think you're allowed to ride motorcycles around here anyway. So, but besides that, birds, the occasional alligator over there, trying to coax another alligator to come his way, and that's about it, man. It is just peaceful, quiet, really nice, and really green. It has really grown this area since last time I was here. So that's it. Making it simple. Cooked up some top ramen for dinner. Pretty good. Got my book I'm going to read on my phone. Got the table, which is kind of a little luxury, but for the 2 pounds, I like it. Hammock's all set up and it's ready to go. That's it. Once that sun dips down, crawling into the hammock, do some reading. And that's all there is, man. Camping simple. That's it. Keeping it simple. Cheers. Hey guys, so I survived the night. Actually, it was pretty uneventful. It was quiet. I did actually hear some coyotes about 7:30. I don't know how far off they were, but they were going nuts for a little while. I got my little neck gaiter or scrunchie or whatever you want to call it on because my head's cold because it's about 60 out here. But got a fire going. I got a hot cup of tea. Wait till things warm up a little bit. Cook something. And that was it. The area is drenched from the overnight dew. I made a mistake. I left my, I hung my shirt out, and now it's soaking wet. So I'll have to let that dry before I put that on. But overall, I mean, it was a great night. It was quiet. Like I said, I didn't really hear anything after those coyotes quieted down. Some owls, and that was about it. There was nothing. This morning it's just, you know, a little bird party as it always is in the morning. And that's it. To be honest with you, I could climb right back into that hammock and go to sleep for another hour or two until it warms up. But anyway, yeah, so it was a good night. An easy one night out, you know, just making it simple. That's it. Enjoying the outside. So, cheers. Well, dried my shirt out over the fire, which is nice because it's a little chilly out here. Like a dummy, I left it hanging out uncovered in Florida. Anytime you leave something out overnight, it's going to be covered in dew in the morning. My backpack's a little still wet, but it's waterproof on the outside anyway. So, gonna make another cup of tea. So I got my denatured alcohol in here, which I am using the Heat bottle, which is denatured alcohol pretty much anyway. Pour some in there. My little alcohol stove. Usually has, you know, comes with a measuring cup, but I've done it so many times I don't have to worry about it. Just get the alcohol up a little bit on the sides until it lights. Which of course it doesn't. Want to. It's got a carbon felt around it. There we go. That helps bring up the flame. It's hard to see because the flame's pretty clear usually. But it's going now. Put my cup on there. Fill it up with water, and I'm gonna go with some apple cinnamon tea. Now you can also get, a lot of people drink coffee. I also drink coffee in the morning. You can get the coffee bags, which are like tea bags. Basically it's coffee in a tea bag. Work just as well. It's easy. I've actually known some guys that do it the old-fashioned way, and they take the coffee grinds and they actually just dump them into the cup, and then they let them settle and drink it that way. But I think that's a little too hearty for me. But pretty straightforward. Can't get any simpler than that for the stove. And that's it. In a couple minutes, it'll be boiling away. Fire's cooking away. The sun's burned off most of the morning fog. You can hear a bunch of birds in the background doing their morning bird thing, I guess. And that's a bit. I'll show you the leftover of the tent. Well, actually the hammock. Looks like a tent. It's actually a hammock. With what I ended up with. My normal. It's my normal setup. me get the camera straight up. And that's it. Just, of course this is dripping wet, but yeah, very comfortable under there last night. Like I said, this morning, woke up about 7:30. I did not want to get out of bed. As a matter of fact, I could have stayed in there for another hour, but so I'll just wait until this dries out and pack it up, eat some breakfast, and move on my way. So, perfect night, quiet. You can actually see now where the sun's hitting and steam's starting to come off from all the dew. But it's beautiful. Very simple setup. Very nice evening. It was great. So, cheers, folks. Camping made simple. It's the easiest way to go.